Jai Gurudev. Good evening to all of you. Welcome to this new episode of Bliss, Becoming and Being. So this is Guru Siyag Yoga, Bliss, Becoming and Being, and part 43. And in these sessions, we discuss about Guru Siyag Yoga in English language, and we are hoping more and more people all over the world are able to get the Diksha from Gurudev, as getting Diksha from Gurudev and following the method of Guru Siyag Yoga can make your life beautiful, and at the same time can liberate you from all the miseries. And that doesn't mean that you will leave the world early. So it's about getting enhanced at all levels while you are living, and giving your best to the world and to your own self in every which way. So, welcome again. And right in the beginning, we would like to dedicate this session to Gurudev and Dada Gurudev. So, on the left side is our beloved Guru Siyag, and on the right side is Gurudev of our Gurudev, whom we, out of love and reverence, call Dada Gurudev. So, Dada means grandfather. Most of you might already be knowing that. And so, pranam to both of them, and we dedicate this session to them. So, through this session, they are the ones only who are doing this work of elevating mankind, because it's their work that they are doing without me or anybody asking for it. So they are doing it for their own accord, on their own accord, and this work will happen no matter what. As the world is progressing in the direction that it is progressing, so a lot of things are happening on its own accord, and elevation of humankind is also inevitable, because it's the mission of God, and Gurudev is God himself. I would say that. So those of you are actively practicing Guru Siyag Yoga, so they may be able to relate to what I'm saying, and a lot of you who are practicing, but maybe you would hesitate to say that. But all I can say is that the more you become sincere and honest and surrendered in your practice, the better you are able to understand what Guru Siyag Yoga is, what life is, and how you must live. So there is no magic as such, uh, magic from that sense, which is which gives you a feeling of that, okay, something unworldly has happened. Although a lot of magic also happens, and because when we say that people are getting cured of deadly diseases like AIDS, cancer, hemophilia, thalassemia, and n number of diseases. So that's magic only, especially when there is no cure for these diseases. There is no cure yet by the scientific community from for these diseases as of now. So these diseases get cured by practitioners who practice Guru Siyam Yoga, and so magic like these would happen a lot. So that means nothing shallow, nothing hanky panky stuff. Whatever needs correction in you and your being will happen for sure when you start practicing Guru Siyag Yoga. So understanding Guru Siyag Yoga, especially by not practicing it and only by intellectually trying to understand it, so it's not a good idea at all, and it might waste a lot of time of yours. And the best way to understand Guru Siyag Yoga is by practicing it, because however much I or anybody else vouch for its efficacy or for the benefits, somehow our words will fall short, because Guru Siyag Yoga uh, can't be described as such that you feel fully convinced, because somebody who doesn't want to get convinced can simply can simply say that, okay, so these are like people and they have perhaps formed a cult, and there is no dearth of fools in a country like India, wherein any new government is cropping up by the day, and something similar is going on here also, and either these people are hypnotized, or maybe maybe they might be getting something out of it, or anything. But the whole point is that there is nothing like that. So there are a lot of people who are educated, very educated, and I would say um, really educated, because so there are people who are doctors, engineers, who are scientists, who are working in big corporates, and there are young students, young children as well, teachers, lawyers, professors, and of course I mentioned doctors, engineers, and then there are a lot of people who are into forces, armed forces, who are into police force or army, or anywhere. So please understand that lakhs and lakhs and lakhs. So we do not have any counting for Guru Siyag Yoga practitioners, but lakhs of people are practicing Guru Siyag Yoga, because while Gurudev was in his body, he around 35-40 years he was propagating this method of liberation and spiritual elevation actively throughout India. And then he went outside as well, to countries like Israel, US, and maybe some other places as well. So he has been spreading the word of Guru Siyag Yoga, and after him leaving his body, then also more and more practitioners uh, are are joining this wonderful uh, this one, I would say, this wonderful school of uh, meditation and liberation, whatever you may call it, under the aegis of Guru Siyag, and by the blessings of Guru Babaji, Guru Gangainath ji, and Guru Siyag in his talks has been telling us that uh, how he is distributing the fruits of uh, countless uh, countless numbers of cumulative fruit of countless sadhus or sages. So their practice of meditation and elevation and all that. So Guru Siyag Yoga has told us time and again that he has got so much to distribute, that the whole planet will be elevated sooner or later, because of the fruit that he is distributing so freely. So consider yourself lucky, and if you are here and if you are already practicing it, or if you are wanting to practice it, so consider yourself lucky that sitting at home you are able to uh, you are able to access a guru who is God himself. So you are able to access such guru sitting at your home. So a while back that was not possible at all, and to get initiated into a yogic practice, a genuine yogic practice, required a lot of penance, hard work, and it required a lot of work. So now, because of because of the time that we are in, so this work is happening in a way that we are able to get access to this powerful practice by the grace of Guru Siyag, and you might like to take the benefit out of it. So, in my previous session, uh, we have in this series, we have previously discussed quite a lot about the benefits of Guru Siyag Yoga and what Guru Siyag Yoga is, and various frequently asked questions also have been discussed in the previous sessions. So you may like to watch those episodes as well. And besides that, I would really encourage that you may visit the website, which is www.gurusiyagyog.org. So you can visit the website, check website out, and website very neatly will provide you information related to Guru Siyag. So you will get to read about Guru Siyag and Yogi Babaji Gangai Nath Ji and their journey and various other facets of it. So what it involves and what you have to do, and a list of well crafted FAQs are also there on the website. So just go through the website, read all of them before you start to practice that. Get as much information in a very systematic way as it is provided on the website, and then start doing it. Any which ways, this practice is very simple. There is no complication in it. So, Guru Siyag Yoga is a method of spiritual transformation, and it's transformation of life basically. Even if I do not mention the word spiritual, uh, what Guru Siyag Yoga does is that it enhances every cell of you. So at physical level, at mental level, at emotional level, you are able to enhance your competence as a human being. That is what it does to you. So this is totally grounded in ancient Indian system of yogic philosophy, and you may read about it at the website. There are Guru Siyag's books, also there e-books, so you can read from there also. Although most of them are in Hindi language, but at the same time, you already might be reading about Indian philosophy and Indian uh, ancient yogic sciences and all that. Although it's not compulsory to read about them, so not at all. So we just have to understand that in Indian science, it's a presence of a guru is imperative. It's not optional. So in our system, one has to uh, one must be linked or initiated into this kind of practice by a guru. So our tradition, our customs have have made this thing very systematic. You do not do random things. So there is a lot of freedom in Guru Siyag Yoga practice, but at the same time, you have to get initiated by Guru Dev, and it's a very simple practice. You just have to do two things. So one is chanting of a mantra, which is a very simple mantra, just three-word mantra, and doing meditation only for around 15 minutes at one time. And we have to practice meditation twice a day, so morning, evening, or any other time that suits you. And just these two things, and how you do it, how you do meditation, I will tell you towards the end of this session, around after half an hour or so, and then we'll practice meditation also together. And towards the end, only I will play Guru Siyag mantra that you will hear in Gurudev's voice, and then you will be initiated into this practice. So meanwhile, I was sharing that how you just need to do these two things as part of your practice, and beside these two practical elements that you have to, do. Other than this, what's most important is the right attitude. So, and it can't be explained enough, and it doesn't need to be explained enough, isn't it? So we all understand that our emotions and how we feel and our attitude towards anything that we do matters a lot. So this thing is no different in Guru Siyag Yoga, because uh, because this is a science which you will gradually understand, that although Gurudev is not in his human body, but then Guru is not supposed to be body. So our science says so. Our Indian spiritual science says so, and Guru Siyag has been telling us the same thing, that he has always said that this body will die tomorrow, but Guru is not the body. So Guru is the force, the energy, so that lives in you. So that force is in you only, but you have to get connected to that force. So you have to develop that connection, and without the right attitude, that connection will not be made. So all you have to do is that uh, once you make up your mind to practice Guru Siyag Yoga, so you have to do that kind of maybe friendship if you are comfortable with that, or maybe establish a bonding of reverence for Gurudev and Dada Gurudev. And for some of you, it may appear a little eerie or a little difficult to do initially. So maybe you can be honest with Gurudev, and you can share that right now you do not know much about yogic practices, or you do not know much about what is this path having in store for you, and you can pray that you really dedicate yourself towards the higher power, and you can say that I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you, and I am committing to practice Guru Siyag Yoga. And you can pray that show me something, or help me in a way that I'm able to understand. I'm able to understand the power of Guru Siyag Yoga. Or you may say that help me develop that connection with you. And whatever your concerns, fears, or uh, whatever is the glitch, so just surrender that glitch to Gurudev himself and ask him to take care of that for you. So, so to repeat myself briefly, what I'm trying to tell you is that establish that connection with Gurudev, because once we establish that honest, sincere connection with him, and then practice mantra jap and meditation, and please do not make such a weak connection that you are you are doubting yourself every third day or fifth day, or like a child, you're saying that okay, nothing is happening. Oh, nothing has happened. 2 days have passed. Oh, nothing special is happening. 5 days have passed. Oh, nothing great is happening. 1 month has happened, and all that. So, uh, those of you who will be able to surrender, and who will be able to develop that connection, so uh, so they will be able to notice that how they are being changed by practicing Guru Siyag Yoga, because even noticing the grace of the Guru requires some bit of enhancement in you. So Guru's grace is always working for you. So once you start practicing Guru Siyag Yoga, it becomes uh, completely super active, hyperactive, I would say. So Guru Dev is always there, uh, there with you, watching you, helping you enhance yourself, helping you to deal with so much of crap that, and I'm not saying to you, I'm saying for all of us. So all of us have it, right? So we have our so many things that we are entangled into, and these things are not even from just from this lifetime. So from many lifetimes we have lots of knots and karmic bonds and whatnot, so that we are facing or feeling tangled in all of them. So once we start practicing Guru Siyag Yoga, so work starts happening in each and every cell of your being, and you may not notice it initially, and although a lot of people are able to notice it immediately. So since in Guru Siyag Yoga, while you are doing meditation, automatic yogic kriyas can happen to you, automatic breathing can happen to you. So a lot of people experience uh, these kind of things, right? Immediately they start practicing Guru Siyag Yoga and they are able to understand, okay, there is some power in this practice or something. They're able to understand that. However, there are many people, or at least a few, I would say, like me, who do not get automatic yogic kriyas and all that while they are practicing meditation. And even though I'm practicing for past around 4 5 years, so I haven't had much yogic kriyas, and initially they were not at all. So I was not getting any different kind of visions or light colors or anything, and I till today I'm not having any of that. So once in a while now, sometimes I get to feel something which is very different from how I feel on a day to day basis, and all that. So those are all very personal kind of experiences, but not very apparent kinds. But then also, I am blessed in a way that I'm able to notice Guru Dev's grace working for me, through me, with me, and in each and every aspect of my life. So, whether it is the work that I have to do outside my, I would say, outside the household department, so the work that I do, or the work I have to do at home, or relationships that I have to go through, so or maintain, I would say, or ha- deliver in terms of duties and all that. So everything. So uh, any issue that is you are facing physically or mentally, or any troubles, problems, anything. So once you start practicing Guru Siyag Yoga, so which involves chanting of a mantra and meditating twice a day. So what happens? At least what I have noticed is that you will you will start getting help in various forms and means. So it depends that how you are able to receive that grace. So to receive that grace, we really have to understand that that the more we depend on Gurudev, the more we invite him to work in us, the more we depend on him, the more we create space for him by chanting the mantra, by being sincere in our practice, and the more we invite him to work in us, through us, the more we are able to notice that how Guru's grace is with us. So Guru happens to help you each and every moment of your life, but somehow uh, it's not it's not very automatic for a lot of people to notice Guru's grace. So Guru's grace can be noticed by the grace of Guru only, and to get uh, to get this grace of you witnessing the wonderful ways that Guru's grace is uplifting you, enhancing you. You really have to develop that connection with Gurudev by your honesty, sincerity, surrender, and and once that connection gets made, so how I define bliss is that once we are able to make that connection with Gurudev, so that sweetness that we feel inside us at all times, so that is that is the uh, start of the bliss, I would say. So I don't know what all is there on this path, but up till now, I have experienced this for sure. That nothing remains that disturbing. Nothing holds a lot of power on you, because once you are able to get in touch with your guru from inside you. So that bliss that you feel at all times makes you super powerful. So you never feel scared. You never feel. It's not that concerns don't crop up in your mind, or all problematic or tricky things will vanish from your life. Nothing like that. You are supposed to go through a lot of experiences in life as part of life, and there is no escape from all those things. But how you would live through those circumstances, that change completely or considerably, to say the least. So, practicing Guru Siyag Yoga involves clearly understanding what we do, what we have to do as a practice. So, those two things that I told, chanting of the mantra and meditation, and understanding that how shall we cultivate that connection, that relationship, that touch with the force of our guru that is there inside us. So this is critical and crucial, and of course we somehow we most of us get into spiritual practices when we are facing a lot of problems in life, and then we become spiritual somehow. That's how I have witnessed that things work. That till the time there are no problems, we hardly bother to remember God or to pray for someone to guide you. So it's only through your tensions and troubles uh, and problems from life that you pray help, or you seek a guru to help you. So those of you who have done such prayers in the past, so your prayers have been answered. So I can say that for sure, 100% sure. And those of you uh, who who do not have much problems, so then also you are wanting to become meditative or wanting to uplift yourself and all that. So you are in damn right place. Because Guru Siyag Yoga is is totally non-commercial. Nobody is charging any money. Is uncomplicated, non-commercial. No, nothing like levels that okay for level one of this practice. you have to do this, and then once you master that level 1, then you have to go to level 2, and for level 2 some mantra is different, some practice is different, or you have to pay some fee. So nothing like that, nothing like that. So what you have to do in this practice will be told to you today only, and it's the simplest practice that you will find in your life. It doesn't require to do anything. It doesn't require you to change your eating habits or sleeping habits, or leave any uh, intoxicating substance that you might be taking or you might be addicted to. It Guru's practice of Guru Siyag Yoga doesn't ask you to quit anything, and you can there is no ritualistic bindings uh, for this practice. So we are not required to take bath, or wear certain kind of clothes, or use some special kind of mat to sit or anything like that. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Nothing is required as a prerequisite to practice Guru Siyag Yoga. So you have to chant the mantra. Mantra is a simple mantra, and you have to chant it silently. You don't have to utter it loud from your mouth. It has to be silently chanted while you are working, and you have to chant it as much as possible, because chanting of the mantra holds the key to the inner realms, to the and the door of progress for you would open more and more and more in proportion to the mantra chanting that you do. So the more you chant the mantra, the uh, better opening you get in your own world, and you're able to receive Guru's grace more fully. You're able to progress on this path more effectively, and lot of great benefits that are there to be accessed. So they are all manifested by the power of mantra that you will be chanting. So you have to chant the mantra round the clock as much as you can, and that doesn't mean that you drop your office work or any other work and then do this. Basically, we keep it on priority. So as and when we get time, we chant the mantra, and we can have our. So a lot of people chant mantra when they are cooking, or when they are doing some basic cleaning job around the house, or while they drive. So I do all that. So I do all that. So while I'm cooking, or while I'm doing some cleaning job at home, or while I'm driving, or while I'm about to sleep. So whenever I have a couple of minutes and I'm sitting doing nothing, uh, at least nothing which requires intense focus. So I am chanting mantra on the side. So just keep it as a priority. And then the second part is meditation. So meditation, as I mentioned, that you have to practice only for 15 minutes at one go, and we have to practice meditation twice a day. So in places where snowfall happens, or lot of the temperature is very cool, so there you can extend your meditation up to half an hour, but not more than that at all. So there is no role of extending your time of meditation, and in fact it can be counterproductive. So please do not increase the time of meditation. You do not need to 15 minutes twice a day, or in cooler places it could be up to 30 minutes twice. Do it twice a day, maybe 30 minutes from the morning, 30 in the evening. And those who are staying in places where no snowfall happens, and it's fairly summary in if I tell you about Delhi NCR. So 8 months, 9 months of the year we have quite high temperatures only, and of course summer, in summer we simmer. So we have to only do meditation for 15 minutes at one go, not more than that, because meditation can generate heat in you. So meditation involves activation of kundalini energy. And although this may sound interesting to you, or you may, or some concerns may crop up inside you with regards to kundalini activation and all that, but somehow uh, you just need to keep these concerns aside, because you are doing what your guru is asking you to do. So do it the way Guru is asking you to do. Do not add your own stuff to it. And uh, you may receive wisdom on the go while you are practicing Guru Siyag Yoga. And slowly you will receive a lot of wisdom from inside with regards to um, what you may start doing, what you should start doing, or what you should stop doing, and all that. So a lot of guidance is also come along these lines along the way. So any which ways I was mentioning about mantra, so I have told you about mantra, and now I was telling you about meditation. So meditation is, as I mentioned, that maybe 15 minutes a day on at one time, twice a day, and at colder places it could be 30 minutes, two times, morning, evening. And there's a unique method that we use to meditate. So, first of all, what we do is we sit at a place, and we make sure that we have some distance around us, because uh, while we are practicing meditation, a lot of people experience yogic movements. So it's better to have around 2.5 to 3 meters, 3 feet, I would say, not meters. So maybe 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5 feet of space around you, so that if any yogic kriya happens, any movement happens, you are able to do that. So so how you meditate basically is that you sit at a place with at least 3, 4 feet at each side around you, and then you watch the picture of Gurudev. So it could be any picture. So it could be this picture that is here, or it could be this picture, or it could be this picture that is there. So any picture you can see of Gurudev and Nana Gurudev, and then you can once you see the picture, then you can see the picture for around a minute, and then you close the eyes, and then you pray to Gurudev to help you meditate for 15 minutes or 20 minutes or something. Basically, you have to ask for the duration, the time duration that you want to meditate. So those of you who want to meditate 20 minutes, so pray to Gurudev, okay, Gurudev, please help me meditate for 20 minutes. And then you sit for meditation, and so you are already sitting for meditation, then you close your eyes. So once you close your eyes, you visualize Gurudev on your third eye, and uh, once you visualize Gurudev on your third eye, then you start chanting the mantra. So that mantra that will be given to you by Gurudev, maybe another 4, 5 minutes. So you have to start chanting the mantra. So keep your eyes closed, keep Gurudev and Dada Gurudev, keep them seated here, and keep on chanting the mantra. So that is the process of meditation. So if you have asked for 15 minutes, after 15 minutes, automatically your eyes would open. So that is another fascinating aspect of Guru Siyag Yoga. So those of us who ask 10 minutes, so after 10 minutes, our eyes open automatically. So you don't have to bother yourself to open your eyes and check what's the time and all that, or play alarm or anything like that. Nothing like that. So whatever time you would ask for, you will be coming out of the meditation at the same time. So this is the practice of meditation. And during meditation, I mentioned before that a lot of people experiences yogic movement. So if you experience yogic movement, that's completely fine. They will stop on their own accord after the meditation. So you don't have to apply any force, or you do not have to do anything in that matter. So that is the meditation part. That's it. So one thing that you have to take care is that do not meditate immediately after meals. So you may already be knowing it. So what you have to do is wait for at least 3 hours after having a meal, and then you can meditate anytime. So uh, not after having food, because maybe there is some may vomit or something, of course, if you meditate after food and all that. So that is not advised by Gurudev at all. So now I will play the Diksha mantra by Gurudev. And before giving you the Diksha mantra, Gurudev will also share about Guru Siyag Yoga in English language. He will give you very basic information, and just hear it from him. I will just play that. And before I play that, I would request you to, or rather, I can say that, we are sharing our numbers as running below. So, in case any one of you wants to say something to us, or share your experience, or you want to do something, please give any one of us a call. Our numbers are here. So mine and my fellow guru practitioners' numbers are there, couple of them. So that's it. So now I'll be playing the mantra by, so video by Gurudev, and I'll do that. So Gurudev will be telling you about Guru Siyag Yoga in very simple terms, and he will not divulge much information in terms of how to practice and all that, so that you can read from the website. Meanwhile, just understand a bit about Guru Siyag Yoga from him. Jai Guru Dev.
Yoga mean Yoga means a union of the soul with God or the universal consciousness force. What are the benefits of Siddhi Yoga? Siddhi Yoga heals, cures or frees the body from any physical illness, adds various forms of cancers, diabetes, arthritis, asthma, and even genetic disease like hemophilia. In the case of disease such as AIDS, which attacks the entire body, the patient may experience internal kriyas like sensation or heat, electricity or tingling. According to Siddhi Yoga philosophy, the divine power awakened by the enlightened Guru gets transmitted through his blissful voice to the listeners, irrespective of language spoken by the Guru. This divine power transmissions occurs smoothly and remain unaffected by the language being used. Regular practice of Siddhi Yoga strengthens the immune system. The Kundalini acts as a protective shield of the immune system and wards off the onslaught or recurrence of any disease. Impact of Kundalini awakening. The Kundalini makes the practitioner perform kriyas that are specific to his needs. With this cleaning, the practitioner is cured of all kinds of chronic and even terminal disease such as HIV, AIDS, cancer, arthritis, etc., and genetic disorder like hemophilia. Mental application too are completely cured and stress is completely relieved. Cling, Krishna, cling, 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 Kling Krishna Kling, 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 Kling Krishna Kling.
So now we have understood the mantra. So, and the process of meditation has already been explained to you. So, please look at this picture. Sit at a comfortable place, look at this picture, and pray to Gurudev to help you to meditate for 15 minutes. And close your eyes and imagine Gurudev on your third eye, the portion between the two eyebrows, and start chanting the mantra that you just heard. So we will meditate for 15 minutes. Jai Gurudev. So please come out of your meditation. Yeah, thank you once again to all of you to be a part of this series, Bliss Becoming and Being. And please spread word about Guru Siyag Yoga with your friends and family, discuss about it and invite them to practice. And you may share these episodes for with those people who would like to understand about it in Guru Siyag Yoga in English, and look forward to meet you in the next session. Jai Gurudev once again.